Hey entrepreneur, this is Mark News at Mr. Marketing. Welcome to this special presentation entitled Three Incredibly Simple Things Most Profitable Small Businesses Do that unfortunately the rest of us don't. Ladies and gentlemen, in this brief video, you're about to be exposed to three incredibly simple things that most profitable small business entrepreneurs and business owners seem to do that for whatever reason the rest of us don't. And as a direct result, they make the money and we don't. Entrepreneur, it's no secret that unfortunately one of the biggest reasons that a staggering 88%, if you can believe that, of all small business owners and or service providers, entrepreneurs and especially solopreneurs, they're going to fail within the first 5 years or less. For a lot of reasons, but let's face it, here is the number one reason: a lack of cash flow. More money going out than is coming in. In real estate, they call it a negative cash flow. The bottom line is you don't earn enough profit to stay in business. So we're going to take a look at three of the main things that the small business owners do, the successful ones, that the rest of us tend to overlook. Here's the first thing. Most profitable small business owners don't slash education and training for their employees and themselves, and they don't slash their marketing budget. Now I want to be clear here. I want you to understand what I'm saying. It's okay, and I may catch some flack for this, for I won't say slash, but decreasing your traditional advertising, radio, television, that sort of stuff, but not your marketing budget, because the marketing strategies, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not talking about the type of stuff they teach in these fancy colleges, no offense. I'm talking about the real proven sort of the late great J. Conrad Livingston would call guerrilla marketing stuff that they don't necessarily teach you in Harvard Business School, but it works. So what I'm saying is the smart entrepreneurs, they realize that if they don't stay up to date with the cutting edge marketing strategies and trainings, eventually the competition is going to catch up to them and surpass them. So if you're going to lower expensive, ladies and gentlemen, don't nickel and dime yourself out of business. You got to know where and when to cut. Like, for instance, you don't need to have fancy furniture, but you do need to spend that extra money in customer service training, that sort of thing. And a lot of entrepreneurs get it backwards. Now, strategy number two, and this one's big. Successful small business owners have managed systems, ladies and gentlemen, because this is a much better use of their time. They automate where they can. And, most people, when you ask them, why'd you go into business, it's, to be my own boss, have time freedom. And here's what happens the first few years in business. You don't have much free time because you're trying to build a business and turn it into an asset. So you're spending more than 8 hours. You gotta burn the midnight oil, let's face it. And the problem is, this puts stress on personal relationship. If you got kids at home, especially small kids, they don't understand why mommy or daddy or both are not home because you're trying to build a business. Well, the problem with that is if you don't have systems in place and you don't manage your systems, you don't automate where you should, and one of my favorite things I like to talk to with my customers and clients, you're not institutionalizing your marketing. What are you saying, Mark? You don't have your best market tested offer on the back of one of your non-competing joint venture partners' flyers and their business cards and vice versa. You're not strategically leveraging your vendor's customer base. You're not strategically leveraging, their unused advertising credits and these sort of things. This is how you institutionalize yourself so that you don't constantly have to try and do everything yourself. You put systems in place that give you more time freedom. Well, most small business owners and service providers get this. It's the ones tragically that go out of business that don't. So managing systems are very, very important. And strategy three, ladies and gentlemen, you hear this all the time, but making the all too common mistake of trying to create new first time customers. Now you already know that it costs on average 500% more to create a new first time customer and or client. But here's what most people don't realize, and they're not connecting the dots. And I like to use this example. Think of people who you know who've gone on a first date. Think about that experience. You know, the first time you meet somebody, you do this first time date thing. Now, after you've done the first time date thing with a couple of people, two, three, four, five people, you quickly have an understanding within 30 minutes to an hour if this is going to be a second date or not. Am I right? Absolutely. So here's my point. Think about the process from the first date to somebody you've seen now, say, for the seventh or eighth time. You two are in a much better groove. You kind of know what each other likes and don't like, and you can cut to the chase a lot sooner, can you not? Absolutely. So, how does that relate to you and I in business? Ladies and gentlemen, remember, it's going to take, on average, 5 to 12 times of contacts with a stranger before they may make that first purchase. That could be anywhere, entrepreneur, from 30 days to 4 months out, 120 days. Your cash flow is not going to survive. That's why these businesses fail. So when you understand the incredible, powerful, profitable dynamic about taking a suspect, turning them into a prospect, and that prospect into a customer, ladies and gentlemen, if you can take somebody and take them from a one-time purchase to a repeat customer, you're 500% likely to lower refund requests. This is the sort of stuff you can do. You're 500% more likely to get a testimonial. You're 500% more likely to get a referral. All of these things lower your overall cost, entrepreneur. Now, in part two, we're going to really delve into this and get into some more specifics. But on the surface, these three simple things alone, without a doubt, will help you become more profitable. And this is why most profitable small businesses succeed, and the rest of us don't, because they understand these three simple concepts. So with that said, for those of you who want to discover how you're going to add an additional 25% more gross profit to your bottom line, do so in the next 90 days or less without having to add any new customers or clients, then ladies and gentlemen, you need to grab your free 9-page special report. Just head over to youcanmarketonlinenow.com/sales, because that's where you're going to get it. This is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. We'll see you again next time on the Marketing Minute.